Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. And yeah, I've had an haircut. Bloody hell did I need it. So from these fellas, 71 Brewing, Luminous Lights, a New England IPA. Packed with citrus and tropical aromas, rich, hazy and juicy, unfiltered, unpasteurised. Brewed exclusively for Lidl. Ah, it was right then. 5.2% limited edition series. So, I wasn't going to do another review, but wife's watching crap on the TV. I'm down the beer room. I've got to put the electrics in for me gazebo. And I thought, as long as I'm quick, a sneaky 10-minute review. And I've not been on there, I've not touched any of the apple wines and that, I'm trying to be good. But in a fashion. I mean, I reviewed a cider that was 4%. Yeah, 4.6%. A beer that was 4%. So to have a decent beer with a bit of strength, it's not a bad thing. Do I care? No, I don't. No, I'll do what I like. So yeah, hazy pour. Hazy, like a yellow to a golden pour, isn't it? A white, bubbly white head on the nose. Wow, strong, tropical, hoppy nose. Wow, really strong nose. Yeah, I've also got a table to cut down as well. And like it said on the tin, citrus and tropical on the flavour. Best served at 6 to 8 degrees. It isn't. This is at room temperature, and so yeah, it's a little bit over what it should be. So 71 Brewing, a Dundee-based company, and this is what I like about doing reviews as well, because not only do I get to try new beers, and you get to listen to, you know, if they're any good or not, but sometimes it's an experience just to go to the breweries and see what they do, learn. So in a fashion, it's like teaching myself as I'm going along, and it's interesting. And then when you go to the breweries, you see beers and you think, oh my god, I've got to have that. So in their beers, they've got Berry Bonbon, a fruit smoothie IPA, 5%. Mandarina Sky, a hazy IPA. Left Coast, a West Coast IPA. It's different, isn't it? Cloudfall, just says it's 4.5%. Blueberry Fields, which is a blueberry sour. Rivet Red, an American red ale. Epres Apricot, an apricot pale ale. That does sound nice. Pocoyoco, a raspberry and vanilla Berliner Weiss. Another sour. Breakfast Toast, a breakfast stout. 71 lager. Outer Galactic, an imperial dry hopped pilsner, 7.5%. City Lights, a Keller Hells, 5.2%. Pastelan, my friend, is a pilsner at 5.2. Raspberry Mash is a berry sour, 4.2. Ride the Rave is a Kveik pale ale. Lend Me Some Sugar, I'm Your Neighbour, a collaboration with Vault City, and that's a pilsner at 5.5%. I before E except after V, a collaboration with Brewgood, Kveik pale ale again. Kveik, Your Eyes Peeled, that's a Kveik, if that's how you pronounce it, IPA. And Bacca is with Brewfist Brewery, is a berry sour, and then they've got bobble hats and all sorts of good stuff. So yeah, Now, can you buy one at a time? Because there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 beers that I've never tried before. All around £3 and a bit more, and sometimes less. One at £4.50. Quite a few in the £2 range. So that's interesting. If they deliver nationwide as well for about a £5 or something, that'd be interesting. Definitely got a nice balance of citrus and tropical. I.e., it's fruity. It looks a bit like my orange wine, to be fair. Yeah, it was about as hazy as that as well. Bit stronger though. Yeah, you have a pint of that and you know, bloody hell, on your back. See, I like having a beer, but I don't like it if I have overstepped the mark, because then I fall asleep early. The wife gets annoyed, as women would get annoyed if you've been at work all day. You come in, you speak to them for an hour or two, and then, you know, you're pissed out your head and you fall asleep. Yeah, you can understand the annoyance. But in this lockdown situation, obviously giving people a little bit of breathing space to themselves, so that you're not getting on each other's nerves by seeing each other too much. Having hobbies is great, you know. I mean, I set this beer room up as my get out room for the summer months, because obviously in the winter it's too damn cold in here. I am thinking about buying at some stage one day buying a heater and having it in here. I was going to buy a log burner, but I'm not very good at installing them blooming things. I'd end up burning my shed down. I know I would. Oh, good twang to it. Nice bite. And yeah, good to see that different companies getting a push by Lidl. And good to see that it's their name, and Lidl, yeah, it's brewed for Lidl, but it's on the back Lidl. It doesn't say Lidl here. Like this Haverwood range, we all know it's not bloody Lidl who's brewing it. It's probably Shepherd and Neame or even Marston's doing all the brewing. And you know, what, as a beer fan, I want the kudos to go to the right people. It's like if you're at work and you do a good job, and then some manager comes along and they sort to the manager, oh yeah, thanks for that looks great, and it's like, but he's the one who did the job, you know, he's the one who did the work. I always think you should give credit where credit is due, and it makes for a better world. You know, taking credit for somebody else's work shouldn't be done. Oh, yeah, so quite a nice. This was supposed to be like on the my phone when I was googling this particular thing. It said it's like a pina colada drink. So, you know, like a pina colada cocktail. Well, it's basically the beer version of pina colada. So, and I'm not really a big knowledgeable on pina coladas. But if they're saying that, I presume it definitely is true. And it's definitely got that orange and other tropical elements to it. So yeah, the pina colada. Suitable for vegans as well, if you're one of them people who likes your veggies. Me personally, I like a bit of meat. Steaks. Oh, and luckily as it is, tonight, we've been to Sainsbury's earlier, did the standing in the queue for 20 minutes. And go in, see all my old mates. I did love working in retail. I do not, in any way, shape or form, am I interested in going on bloody tills. Can't be done with not obnoxious customers, people who think they know it all. I was on the booze aisle one night. Here's one thing. So there's nobody on the booze aisle, and I'm there, and I thought I can let a little trump go here, and I can walk off, and there's nobody around. I let one out, and it stunk. Next minute, somebody walks on the top of the aisle. I thought, oh shit! So it goes on, flies round to the other side, out of the way. And then another time, I was stood replenishing, doing filling up the aisles. This woman comes up. Excuse me. I says, yeah. Can you tell me where Krabby's is? I says, behind you. Oh, I feel so stupid. I went like that to her. And then another idiot comes on. This bloke, and he says, excuse me, is the milk down here? I says, no, it's in the fridges, that end. I says, and I just walked off and thought, fucking hell, hey? Why would you look for milk on the beer aisle? I mean, you look for the fridges for starters, you think, oh, there's fridges down there. I'll go down there for the milk. I mean, we did used to get some popper, And then one dickhead, I was filling up the beers, and he comes up to the back of me, and is that brand is cheaper at Asda, and it's proper arsey. There's no need for it. It's proper arsey. Went up to me here, did it, and I turned around to him and says, actually, you're wrong, mate. I went to Asda yesterday, and ours is cheaper than theirs. And I looked at him, laughed, and walked off. And I thought, don't ever do that to me, I might at that time had the Sainsbury's uniform on, but I'm not having some idiot trying to come the cunt, and especially if I know that we were actually cheaper than Asda for that particular time at least. And he did get some. Although it was always great talking to somebody about beers, and the retail is tough. Don't get me wrong, it's tough. It's bloody hard work. It can be anyway. It depends on what department you're on. But there were so many good customers, and I had so many that and people, when I left, people were saying, why did you let him go? He was fantastic for that department, and that was nice of the customers. And I would always, go and find stuff, and certain customers would say to me, certain things went down to silly price. These like a Peroni glass thing. No, Absolute rather. This thing here. And it was something daft like a fiver. It's a fucking milk bottle, pardon my French. And it went down to a penny. And this lady came in, and I know she used to drink Absolute all the time. And she collected bottles. And she said to me, I couldn't get what ordered one of them at the time. And he says, I'll sort you one out. And I went in the back, found it, scanned it, penny. It was only a penny. And I said, there you go. And it obviously came in bottles, but yeah, he didn't mind doing things like that for people, good people. Anyway, yeah, all got ruined by managers trying to put me on the tills when I was in a very, very low place when my mum was dying of cancer. And I respect people who do good things, but I also remember those who come the arse. And yeah, life's full of people like that, isn't it? It's full of good people as well, though. When we do get to when and if we do get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll do some live streams do like a virtual pub. I've seen one of the big beer reviewers on YouTube. The bloke who calls himself Real Ale Craft Beer, and he does one, and I'll reminisce on days at the Arboretum and days, yeah, some of the stuff that went on over the years, and yeah, proper sit down, chill out on the settee, talk to the camera, talking bollocks, and yeah, reminisce. Yeah, we had some good days, we did. And a lot of the stuff I can't even remember these days, but some of the stuff. I've got some mates who I used to work with, one who I'm still a very good friend of, good lad, and the stuff we got up to, and the stuff that went off, you know, dear oh dear. We had this patrolman at the Arboretum, proper weird boy, and he wasn't right in the head, and he fell out with the managers upstairs, so pissed in their tea urn. There's one of these stainless steel tea urns, and he pissed in the tea urn, and everybody after that day, nobody would even go near. Fucking, you know, every time you went to something, you washed it out beforehand because you just wouldn't trust him. He kept accusing me of doing things. I thought, right, you little bastard. And I was a bit more of a cunt back then, by the way. You know, I'm in a bit of a twat now, but you can't win more. You know, I'm as honest as I am. But anyway, yeah, he kept saying things, and I thought, oh right, I'm having you, you dickhead. So one day, we had this chicken manure that we used to put on the flower beds. Squirrels loved it. He started eating all the geraniums, and your geraniums aren't cheap. And we planted 4,500 geraniums in these 2 beds. 600 were ate in the first night because we put this chicken manure on. They obviously took the plants would feed the chicken manure. The chicken, and obviously they'd eat that and think, hey, a chicken. Yeah, 600 we had to replace. We had to stop using geraniums after that because we fuckers. But anyway, he kept accusing me of doing stuff. Oh, you little fucker. I thought, I'm going on 2 weeks holiday. So I got the chicken manure pellets and I pelleted his shoes. And while I was away, he was painting people's shoes and all sorts. So, oh, some of the stuff I could tell you. Some of the stuff I daren't tell you that we did, because, you know, you could get lawsuits against you for some of the stuff. But some of the stuff we've seen on the park beggars belief, you know. Working on a public park, especially in a city public park, where there's lots of dark areas where people can do stuff. I've seen and caught everything on there. But they were good days, on the whole anyway. I mean, we had days where you walked out and you got grief all day long and it's like, I didn't come to work for this, you know. I mean, some days like, the student went topless, pretty decent student as well, to be fair. Oof. And we used to have some good students on there. And she went topless on the grass. And next minute I got this people coming up to me and said, excuse me, can you go and tell her to put her clothes on? I'm like, fuck that. I'm not telling her to put her clothes on. We went down. We sat on the bench. We watched over. And enjoyed the scenery. As you do. Oh, nice twangy bite to it at the end. So, yeah. On the nose, strong hop and tropical flavours. On the taste all the way down, tropical citrus. And like the newspapers were saying, it is like a pina colada of the beer. And I'll go along with that. I agree wholeheartedly. But a good bite at the end. Nice taste. Easy drinking. Good beer. Can I fault it? Maybe a bit thin. Maybe. That's them dickheads from up the road who had a party last night. But yeah, maybe a bit thin. But overall, a decent beer. And I'm very interested in ordering off their website, 71brewing.com. Lots of beers. You can buy singly. Me, I don't want to be buying crates of beers, because if I don't like it, then I've wasted. I've got 7 beers that I can't get rid of. So I want to buy singles. I want to buy singles that I can get delivered. These guys got 18 different bottles of beer on their site. So if you can get that delivered, 18, average of £3 a beer, 54 quid, £6 delivery probably, 60 quid, 18 newbies, job's a good one, in my opinion anyway. And good to see them at Lidl as well. Let's hope that carries on. We need more beers appearing in these supermarkets so that all of us can get them at a cheap price. And that's it for this beer review. Out of 5 then. 20 minutes. Jesus, I'm supposed to be doing the fucking electrics. Out of 5. For me, 4.2 out of 5. Yeah, it was alright. It could have been better in some ways, but a decent quality beer in any case. Right, I need to get some work done because I'm getting bollocking. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay safe. See you soon. Cheers.